Mayor Zoran Mamdani is being called out as a wannabe dictator and dragged online by NBA stars. Are we on this timeline right now? Is this the sacred timeline? It's happening. Kyle Kuzma blasts Mamdani for cosplaying a mayor playing the president. Oh my. What's this? Here we go. Kuzma is 1.3 million followers. He's an NBA champion. And he says that people are cosplaying in 2026 a mayor playing the president. Don't fall for distractions. And this is, of course, Zoran Mamdani saying that he wants to arrest Netanyahu so badly, but he just can't because, well, it would be treason. And you're not allowed to do that to world leaders. And they have immunity when they talk to the UN. And you're not allowed to engage in foreign policy as an American and just like a mayor, right? And he's barely an American. And what I mean by that is I'm like really getting sick of third worlders coming here and using the might and strength of America, our cities and our economy and our systems in order to act out your 3,000-year-old blood feud fetishes against each other. Like, this is what Zoran Mamdani is doing. He's using the seat of mayor of New York in order to try and exact revenge, Muslims versus the Jews, in some type of, millennia-old blood grudge war. And I'm so sick of this. It's called the third worldization of America. I don't want those feuds. I don't want the tribal feuds from the Muslims and the Jews. I don't want the tribal feuds from the Somalis. Somalia's been at civil war. Sudan's been at civil war. They bring that here, and it makes our country so much worse. And they bring their poisoned ideology here as well. You can see this actually went totally viral, him calling this out, right? The NBA star calling this out. It's 37,000 likes, 7.5 million views. Notice how the left loves celebrities as long as they get to agree with them. Loser basketball player is going the NS route. Okay, well, libtard's angry. That's a good thing. And you know what? Amazing, because this NBA player, Kyle Kuzma, nailed it, because within 24 hours of him saying that he's a wannabe dictator, Zoran Mamdani announces that he's taken over the grocery stores in New York City. Mamdani announces plans to open 5 city-run, taxpayer-funded grocery stores, saying prices will be set at 30% below retail.
Here's how it will work. Once a month, our 5 city-run grocery stores will set prices for this core set of goods at 30% below typical retail prices. No exceptions, no gimmicks. The savings will last for the entire month. That means no weekly fluctuations nor sticker shock at the checkout line.
How are you going to do that exactly? Oh, you're just going to confiscate wealth from people in New York City and then subsidize your grocery store. I wonder, has anybody ever tried this before? Let's see what the internet is saying. Mamdani announces he plans to put private grocery stores out of business, but opening stores that you can just rob for free. But it's not for free because you're going to be paying for it. What could possibly go wrong? This is completely insane. Also not possible unless taxpayers are subsidizing all of the groceries, which is, of course, what they're going to do. So how is that even remotely legal for people that own grocery stores? Grocery stores' profits are teeny anyway, a few percentage points a year at best, and you're going to, say goodbye to your local bodega. And after that, say goodbye to the government-subsidized grocery stores once it inevitably collapses. This will not work because the prices are not a reflection of somebody's greed. They're a signal about the supply and demand. When you intentionally distort that signal, very bad things happen. So let me explain to you what's going to take place here. Grocery store item, it used to go for $10, like a slab of meat, will now be sold for $7. Yay, everyone's happy. The government can provide better than the free market. You'll see a bunch of glowing pieces about how Mamdani lowered the price of meat. You saw this in Venezuela. But behind the scenes, New York City has not made the slab of meat cost $7 to society. The missing $3 has to come from somewhere. It's going to show up in the form of higher taxes or lesser services for the city of New York, obviously empty shelves, because supply and demand won't have equilibrium, higher regional inflation, chronic shortages, followed by government rationing the government-run store. It'll probably get some combination of all of the following, and an obnoxious honeymoon period will evaporate. He's going to undercut bodegas and put them all out of business. Remember, they don't care about socialism. They are foreign invaders who care about looting Americans. The ideology is just a smokescreen. If you don't know how this ends and think it's a good thing, it's slightest understanding of economics. Give it 6 months. This is going to be funny. To turn into homeless, drug-addicted spots immediately paid for by the taxpayers. We've already seen what happens here. City-owned grocery store in Kansas City shuts down after $29 million from the city was invested. Now it's a complete and total loss. And it is
for months. The store hasn't
scenes.
fully been stocked. Still, person after person comes to buy groceries.
I thank the previous operator for the years they put into that, as well as their predecessor. And now we'll try to do all we can to make sure that this works.
Mayor Quinton Lucas is disappointed. He met with the store operator 2 weeks ago for hours trying to come up with a solution.
Yeah, I know there are different challenges to how a grocery store can operate. Part of that challenge is that the city certainly has been happy to be a partner, but there's always a limit to what we will invest as well.
It comes down to money. The city owns the building and has invested nearly $29 million in the store. Still, the Sunfresh was losing money.
All of a sudden, you roll down here this morning and they're gone, and they're saying they're not coming back.
All neighbors know is there's no food here now, and they wish that wasn't the case.
I'd like to know what could be done, maybe to bring it back.
In Kansas City, Brian.
I wonder what could be done. Struggling city-owned Missouri market, similar to Zoran Mamdani's New York grocery store proposal, shuts its doors. Wow, Sunfresh Market. Can't wait. Coming soon to New York City. That's exactly what it's going to be. City-run grocery store shuts down due to rampant theft and barren shelves. The city spent tens of millions to keep it open.
As soon as our interview was done, she started to cry. Part of the reason why she was so emotional may be because of what she told us in the first 30 seconds of our conversation.
What are we supposed to do as a community? Where am I going to go now?
Maybe stop stealing. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about like talking about why food deserts exist? They don't exist because people don't like making money. There's plenty of grocery stores. Where I live, there's a grocery store on every corner. But if you get enough people stealing and looting the grocery store and criming it, then it's going to shut down. So maybe talk about that. Maybe talk about the rampant theft in urbanized black communities that is astronomical, off the charts in relation to any other community in America. And that's including Asian, Hispanic, white. Maybe talk about that. Like, I don't know. What are we going to do now? Well, stop criming the grocery store. Pay for your groceries. It wouldn't go out of business if you paid for the groceries, but this is why the government shouldn't be in the business anyway. The government had to swoop in here and fix this because no reputable business would have ever allowed this amount of theft. And they're just like, nope, we're done. Anyway, this is a sign of things to come. What's going to happen in New York? I've already seen it. I went to Cuba 7 years ago and showed exactly what a Cuban grocery store looks like. Look the same thing. Here you go.
We drove over there all together. We pulled up to the grocery store and the gates were closed and there was a line down the street.
This is insane.
All of a sudden the guards come to the gate and they open the gate. And that's when, I've never seen this before, but everyone swarmed. People started running, even people that weren't in line, that were just like in the area, just start sprinting in there because this is their only chance to get their essentials and the necessities to feed their families.
So I really hope that you like Conchita Mango Marmalade because we have a whole aisle of it. Here in Cuba, you can get an individually wrapped hamburger, and that's as fresh as the meat actually gets. Oh, this one's all melty. But my God, can you get a lot of the exact same brand of garbanzo beans? And then after you're done buying all these incredible products, you can stand in line for literally an hour, which is as long as we've been standing in line. And I'm telling you, you probably are not going to like Cuba that much. There was literally no fresh fruit, no fresh meat, no fresh vegetables, nothing. There was one brand of the things they did have, and the things they didn't have, well, screw you. So, that is life inside of Socialist Pan Americana here in Cuba. Socialism sucks.
This area was so developed.